regulatory bodies limit the development of Islamic finance in Africa?
Well, Islamic finance in Africa is not to the level that, that one would love it to be. Clearly, there are different stages at which different countries are. Islamic finance is still very, very nascent, not just in the world, but in Africa. So there has to be some legislation change. But for example, Kenya, for that matter, already has a form of Islamic banking. There are 2 Islamic banks that operate in Kenya. And that's why Kenya was a logical entry point for somebody like us, because there is adequate, I would not say the best regulatory framework for that regulates Islamic banks, but at least adequate regulatory framework. And you need to start to walk before you run. I think there is the right intention for some of these countries. We are talking about Senegal actually doing an Islamic sukuk. We are talking about South Africa within the sub-Sahara Africa. We are talking about Nigeria now looking at Islamic finance as a part of its regulatory framework. So intent is there. Players like us will only add value, and regulators will work hand in hand with players like us to try and develop that legislation. So I don't want to hold regulators accountable for the lack or the success of Islamic finance within Africa. I think there was no demand for Islamic finance. That demand has started to emerge. Players like us have started to look at Africa differently. And I think when there is demand and there is supply, automatically the regulation will fall in place.